Can I help you?
Got the 20 real?
Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need...
The bear's eyes are still glowing. The body is reluctant to let go of the boots. You're going to need to summon all your strength for this undertaking. Whatever you're planning to do, you need to do it before you catch pneumonia in the cold. It's not completely useless. You're able to reveal a little more of the putrid polymer sock. It feels like the leg is going to come off along with the boot, but you're able to get the boot to move. Just relax. This is easy. See? The corpse doesn't care if you try to take his boots. This is the right method. It takes some time, but eventually the boots come off. With nasty slices of polymer sock. Not good. Let's pin this on the bear. The ice bear tore up his legs with its claws. As for the boots, you can't possibly do anything with them until you... Yes, these absolutely need to be washed before. Didn't the whirling have a kitchen? This industrial gas-powered stove has been used to prepare food for many. Getting the corpse residue out of these boots is going to require patience, and also a huge pot full of boiling. A commercial pot draws your attention. It's very large, gigantic even. It could be. There is a variety of soaps and bleaches in the cabinet to the left of the stove. There is also a bottle of white vinegar in the cabinet next to the fridge. The delicious smells of cheap soap and vinegar waft. All right now, chef, light up the stove and boil them. The strong smell of vinegar forces you to step away from the pot. The water slowly comes to a boil. Strips of polymer fabric and human tissue separate from the lining of the boots. They float. A two-course dinner of rotten flesh and hardened ceramic. The boots look cleaner and cleaner. Those bits of human flesh are beginning to look cooked. You can smell it too, just like beef stew. That's it, chef. The boots are as clean as they're going to get. Steam, dense with the smell of strange meat, disappears into a pair of real beauties. The boots are shiny, hot, and reek of vinegar. Just You look down at the white ceramic sabatons hugging your arches and calves, surprised at how well they fit. The hardened vitreous enamel, at once sleek and light, adds a glow to your cheeks and a spring to your step. Just imagine what a full suit of this stuff could do for you. It may be a while before you have all the pieces. In the meantime, you should analyze the armor. Remember, this is a highly specialized kinetic redistributor meant to stop bullets. Wear it. Observe its properties. For the day you have to fight someone covered in the same material. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. It's barely covered in steam and it's still not happening. It won't come off that easy. The bed is still cold from the wind blowing in from the broken window.
Here we are again, my broken bird. The waves are coming, carrying you away. You're not cooperating. It's your disgusting body. Even through your sleep you feel a vague discomfort suffusing it.
And there's a lot of it, ever present in your organs. It's like every cell in your body is moaning in agony, asking, what did we ever do to you?
Yes, your body is a system, and it's failing you because you're failing it.
Oh yeah, baby. Frame your suffering as a masterpiece. You're just stuck here, in the half-world. Could try looking at a... Sure you do.
At least they're interesting. Each one has a process just like yours.
What do you think you're doing right now? Coming to some greater awareness? Look at all these lies.
Let it. Let it.
But it never seems to let you go, does it? Time to rise.
Put on your prettiest face for the masses. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. This door can only... Still nothing. You slam your fist into the vinyl. It does not produce a hole. The woman in an RCM patrol officer's uniform.
I would really prefer not to talk to you right now.
A patrol officer is the lowest rank in the RCM, below lieutenant and sergeant.
I'm definitely not the cavalry. I don't know. I mean, why would I want to talk to you? No, you're not. You're not the only cop in the world. Okay, fine. Let's talk. What did you want?
What does one talk about with a fellow officer?
I don't know what to say.
Don't say anything, Judith. Me? No. I'm just a man with sunglasses. I like wearing sunglasses inside. Sunglasses and a fucking...
I'm just looking out for...
No one. I'm just a man with sunglasses. And you are?
You're a fucking asshole. Are we done here? What, precinct?
Fucking deranged lunatic. look like shit. And I don't mean that as a metaphor. Wow, you seem stable and in control. Allow me to say, No, what do you want?
There's something about this guy that matches with the face in your head. The suit, the sunglasses, the haircut. He's famous. That's how you know his face.
About what? You don't look like a cop. You know what you look like? Not the prophet shit again.
He didn't answer your question.
Not as famous as you, superstar.
Yeah, it's still irony.
I fear you're misinterpreting this situation.
Talk to me, superstar. What do you want?
I'm not getting involved in this.
You know what it is. It's like the two of you know
Oh, I definitely know you from somewhere.
another life.
Yes, from another life. A different life. Maybe the life. To what station do you think you would belong in this alternate and totally fictional reality? That's exactly right. Down to a fraction. No, not really.
He seems to be observing you through the reflective glass of his eyewear. Repeating it gets no reaction from the man with the sunglasses.
I think even in this fictional reality, the 57s would still be
My condolences. Go ahead. Have another. Okay. That's plausible. That's entirely plausible. Now we're really getting somewhere. Somewhere good. Okay. Let's be crazy. Let's say you and I are partners. How's that for a thought experiment? Would you now, or would I be cramping your style? Never mind. Partner.
I'm not your partner. This union is temporary.
A little premonition for you, Lieutenant. Sooner or later, probably sooner, your new friend tells you he doesn't need you. When that happens, I suggest you take his advice.
The lieutenant merely bows his head in response.
You're not going to believe this, but police officers. Yes, sir. Solving crimes, locking up bad guys, and just some regular boring motherfuckers in suits and... Oh, no. You see, I enjoy watching other better cops solve crimes. And let me tell you...
This isn't helping.
Oh, it's you eccentric genius. I mean, with your unorthodox approach to police work, it has to be you. Not even a little bit.
It's an urban myth about an officer who is so far undercover he can't remember who he is. As I said, just an urban myth.
He's trying to protect you from further rough handling, dished out by the sunglass.
Neither can I, partner. Neither...
It's a mere second, but it feels like you saw something. A gram of...
No. 'Cause it's not my job. Why don't you go and fucking do yours and solve this damn hanging? Actually, I don't want to hear you say things.
Come on, Jean.
Okay, say things. I want to hear you say things.
Hear that? He wants you to say things. Say one. Suddenly, out of nowhere, case-related things start popping up in your head.
You think he was hanged as a cover-up? To hide the shooting? Okay, well... I don't know. Why are you? Oh my god, there's more. You want something more? Okay, why not? Let's do the old thing over again. So, do you know who hanged him? I don't know. Why are you? Oh my god, there's more. Watch out for yourself, Lou.
Okay, the man with the sunglasses and his hypothetical Station 41. Weird, right? There's something missing here. Something you can't put our finger on. You know what? Just ask him. Yes, just cross it off the list. It's probably not. Tremble. The time is now. Time for the show. For Taola. The hallowed time of fear. Ulogu Theodos. Xino Zausin. Ipoli Osithien. Echondes Monday morning. The moment you arrived in this reality, yes, you spoke the words of the palindropos and the houses of Pericarnassus. Items, people, even words will tumble. The face of the woman fractures. There will be herd killing. We all become vapor.
Can I help you?
Got the 20 real?
Then why are you wasting...
The man ponders his cooking utensil. You see a heavy steel door with...
Hi, gendarme. Another rendezvous. I see you found yourself a little something from my wardrobe. Not bad. Not bad at all.
It's the sports. He's a sports guy. All about that physical...
You did? And how did you like him? Ah, shoot. Why not? Friends, I told you. Sunday friends. Friends who like to get together. That he won't be there when times get tough, I guess. It is. On Sundays. A visitor from the first world. He's not like you and me, gendarme. To his opportunities in Occident. Sur la clé. Still. His coming and go. Or is it just money? I don't know. He has keys. And he likes the view. To the sea, I mean. What about me, gendarme? Oh yes, let's see. He knocked on my door a few days after the lynching. I think he was going through the entire building. Yes, but he was speaking to someone on his earpiece. Yes, you know those tiny speaker microphones that fancy security guards sometimes. Just reporting back whatever I was telling him. Nothing. That I didn't see anything. Why shouldn't he? What friend? No, I don't think it came up. Muscular, handsome, strong, like one of those military types. Oh, let me think. He had an accent. He sounded vaguely Oranese. No, not sure. Anything else on your mind? Admiring the atmosphere. What about you, officer? Really? Well, I look forward to that. You can keep it. I don't mind. I can appreciate beauty when I see it. Blend in where? A carnival? Bye-bye, gendarme.
It's you again. What is it?
The bear's eyes are...
All right.
I will need a little help carrying him. You take the hands, I'll take the legs.
A rusting control panel. You grab the handle and pull the lever up. As soon as the metal connects against the water lock, starts moving. There's no way to listen to the tape without a working tape player. But even just holding the tape makes you feel a little sad. A pawn shop would have a tape player. Rust peels off the bent iron posts in this yard. Someone thought they could have a summer house on the beach. A long time ago, someone used to live here. This is a good place for a nice, sad drink. Uncork a... banged-up motor carriage lies half submerged in the icy water. Slowly, it must be cold and lonely down there. The seawater has already started to corrode the metalworks. Remember the tire tracks in Martinez? This is where they were leading. The motor carriage sits in the salty ocean water, cold and sad. A seagull takes off from the half-submerged machine. It's almost like you get a sudden sinking feeling. Stomach acid comes up as you look at the motor carriage. The motor carriage is properly stuck in the ice. Getting it out would require a team. A single day in the salty seawater would ruin. The logo is too deep in the murky water. You can't make it out. The accident couldn't have happened too long ago. Although the sunken motor carriage is probably flattered by wait for the low tide, then you should be able to access the cabin. As you sit down in the old rusty playground, the world around you becomes nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky, echoing like distant laughter. The tune on your lips forms a strange yet undeniably beautiful. It's sad that no one and nothing but the sunken vehicle is here to witness it. But the unexpected, the clouds pass in the sky and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on a timepiece. 30 minutes have passed. Looks like this might take a while. Time to present a good topic for discussion. Dreaming, drinking, fucking, fighting, trying to improve their... It's unclear whether the sunken vehicle agrees or not, but merely uttering these words, clouds on the horizon grow darker and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing. You hear the distant rumble of the city. 30 minutes pass. Yes, it is. It feels as the city behind you grows silent in the waiting. A dim light scatters from the cloud cover above the city. In it, you can see the blue and white motor carriage slowly appear from the water, centimeter by centimeter, as it's a Caprice 40, a workhorse of the motor park. Yes, Harry, it's the number 41, the number of our precinct. I hoped you would come back for me. Come on, Harry. There's nowhere to run. It's just you and me, old friend. Come on, Harry. There's nowhere to run. It's just you and me, old friend. Come on, Harry. There's nowhere to run. It's just you and me. Oh, I'm so sorry, Harry. A massive pit opens up in your stomach, and no, just no. Say no to this, Harry. No matter how many times you say it, it won't change the truth. Yes, Harry, you did. The sooner you accept it, the sooner you can move on. You are not. We don't. No, you can't. After losing every single thing you were entrusted with, I wouldn't hold my breath. Keep moving. You're a shark. You stop, you die. An aggressive-looking seagull lands on the swing set and sit on the wind-worn wooden planks of the bench. Your feet ache. These are some wonderfully regular pants. Not too tight, not too loose, moderate in every sense. You blend right in. I know you do. These inter-Isolari pants are like wearing a perfect comp. You're a little more moralist now, buddy. A little more normal, even if you... police badge on which you see the photo of a man. You. Some seaweed is... The man in the photo looks at you solemnly. Encased between two durable plastic sheets is a bluish card. You see a photo, a name, a rank. The man keeps winking at you with his green-grey eyes. But the badge is new. You used an old photo for a new badge. Good choice. A newer photo would look different. 8, maybe 10 years. The guy in the picture is rather good looking. He's got a nice haircut and what do you think? His face is already contorted by the It looks better on him because he isn't in as much pain while producing it as you are. The badge in your hand shines. This document confirms it. Harrier Dubois, that's what it says on the badge. You should look at the badge when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is around. The badge in your hand shines. Rivershall, Jamrock, Precinct 41. The badge was issued roughly 4 months ago. A new document is given to you as part of it. The number shows that this badge belongs to an officer of the 40th. The badge in your hand. What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate. It's also about that. But it's time to become a citizen of the Kingdom of Conscience. I knew we could trust you. Remember, real democracy is just...
Don't you call her? Yeah! Don't call Abigail! Abigail. Oh, Abigail. Abigail. Don't you fucking call...
Abigail is his wife or girlfriend. Chances are she's gone. You're not going to get anything out of this guy. He's too drunk. He snorts and beckons you to lean in closer.
Don't call Abigail. Don't call Abigail.
The man hiccups, then mumbles.
Don't call Abigail.
The drunk man starts coughing a really disgusting, hacking cough.
Don't you fucking call her. Hear me? Don't call.
Hey, Tequila! Good to see you. How's business? So what's happening? Yeah, Tequila Sunset.
He says it like it's obviously your name. Like you call someone Billy Brunel or leader of the 4th Street gang.
That's the spirit. I used to shape reality into my image, long time ago. Sadly, things aren't going that well in Idiot Doom Spiral Land.
This guy's your buddy. You feel it immediately.
We are saving the world.
Please! Please don't call.
Okay, we're drinking. We're drinking alcohol. That's what we're doing. I tried. So now it's a pirate's life for me. You too, Tequila.
Good to see you, friend. Do I have deals set up for you?
Does he actually know you? Or is he just...
So what do you want? I got smokes. They're cheap. Very cheap. I got Pilsner. Great deal. You won't get a better deal on that piss. Spirits I can let go for 300 real. I also have speed. And by speed, I mean amphetamine. In the civilized world...
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone. The other one looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his brother kick the stone. The kids don't reply, absorbed in their little game. The stone-kicking one becomes frantic all of a sudden, as if...
He looks just like me.
The boy doesn't answer. His brother throws another rock.
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in closer.
Then how does she know you're here?
I still have a golden ear. Come. Oh, welcome, police officer. We don't cause any trouble around here. And we don't want any trouble either. No, you're not. I've seen you around here before. 12 years ago. You didn't raise any hell. You were quite helpful. No, not you personally. I meant the RCM. He was brooding, needed some help opening the door.
She says it as if he was on some kind of spiritual retreat.
You're still welcome here as long as men with guns aren't chasing you. I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park the motor carriage. And not a... Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings you to us? Me? No one. Just an old washerwoman. Now it's your turn, Mr... Your parents must have had big plans for you. Wonder...
The question must be prompted by your sloppy posture. Straighten your back, man.
Hello, mister.
She clutches a small stuffed animal. Occasionally, she twirls it around.
Oh, I had gloves. Very big ones. Heavy, too. Found them when Lemmy and I were playing hide and seek. In an empty house.
She doesn't want you to think she stole them.
I hid them. The twins were going to take them. They're stupid. Why? Oh. They're in my sandcastle. Behind our house. Under the sand. You can break the castle. It's not very good. It's Lammy! He's my friend.
Lambie is a stuffed lamb that, admittedly, has seen better days. One of the eye buttons is missing.
Yes. Lammy has lived a long life. Lammy was a... Yes! Lammy was a resolution. It's a grouse.
You might be able to get on Gart's good side if you make up for the skewer you broke.
Sure. I mean, you already took it. I don't like it anyway. My mom's outside. And I don't really know about my dad. Yes. They don't want to play with me. They look the same. They look identical. Bye!
Weather has not been kind to Lily's little sandcastle. The once mighty towers are quickly eroding. The walls and floors give way to the giant's greed. The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a
Yes. Yes.
It doesn't look like he knows what that means.
Hi, officer.
Factory balanced. Bakelite and stainless.
Anything I can help you with? The name is Lillian. People call me Netpicker.
Ask her about the cool sword. Helps to break the ice.
Unfortunately, the factory sold this one with a 3-year warranty instead of a story. It's a regular mass-produced sword, like a shovel or an axe. From time to time, people need a lesson in respect. That's just the way it is. Back in the day, I caught the eyes of many men. No, I'm afraid not. Attempting to confiscate the blade I used to keep these animals in check, it would put me in an early grave. Sure. Venomosity. But boys will be boys. What makes you think we haven't? That goes for men too. But they put on an act for us. Pretend like everything's...
That does not go for real men. Coach means the expression. Not bad.
Sure. It looks as if you could face down any horror in the world with that same unchanging grin. It's like some went to patch their wounds, their lesson learned. Others were more thick-headed. And one of them, I ended up marrying. Gone. To the waves. The sea took him. Who knows? Maybe he fell over. He didn't respect the sea. Went out there, drunk like a skunk, and... Now, before you tell me how sorry you are for my loss, know that it was 4 years ago, and I've moved on. I don't. But us working folk don't have the luxury to be bedsick with melancholy. Life didn't really change that much for me and the kids.
This is neither a touchy nor a very... She looks like she's ready to go on a date with another. Better.
Let's see. Who are you looking for? I don't think I know what these are. Care to elaborate? Aha! Like snowmen. 2 odd guys have been wandering around here. Nose in sand, talking nonsense about... Don't really know. Further down the peninsula, I guess. I mean, that's where they were heading. Who else are you look... Well, how can I assist you then, officer? Sure is. The Sun, I call her. Coated with a fresh layer of tar just yesterday. It'll take some time for it to dry.
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one. The density and spread of these bullet holes is surprising. This takes a row of ghostly shades stand facing the wall. There are many of them, a dozen at least, 10 meters away. Other shades are lined up in an orderly manner. Automatic rifles. The morning sun rises beyond the horizon, radiating the first light of the day. A long time has passed since the moment of this fusillade. The abundance of bullet holes leads to 2 options. Either an inordinate amount, a host of men, probably in everyday clothes. They stand, facing the wall, ordinary people, familiar. Leeches, fleas, and thieves, all the freeloader scum living off the... Maybe you should change it. 7 men in combat uniforms and dark coats, holding automatic rifles aimed at the commandant, the one who gives the order. Machine, I'm just a representation of your mental faculties, piecing together any available information. A cold sea wind blows away.
Go. Nice and easy.
There's a cylinder on the ground in which the...
Who's there? Oh, the police.
Is that the police? Why are the police here?
Don't worry, Gary. I'll handle it. To what do I owe the pleasure?
That's sarcasm. He takes no pleasure from your appearance.
Of course. Thank you for passing along the message. That damn water lock is broken, and we can't go all the way around the 881. You broke the water lock with a motor carriage. There was a billboard in the canal, not a vehicle. It said Samaran.
Did he say we can go back now?
Yes, Gary. We can go soon. I just have to do one more round. See if the phasmid has taken the bait.
His hands are large and weather-worn, but also used to delicate, precise work.
And I'm eager to return to her. I assure you, my wife understands that.
Come on, Morale. We've been so...
And leave the traps.
Come on. She wants us back. I'm soaked up...
Won't let Lena down. Sounds like the cryptozoologist's wife shares a special connection to the phasmid somehow.
I'm doing this for science, and so is she. Of course it's important to her. She's seen it. A verified sighting. Yes, that's how we first came to... Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian phasmid to get... No. The traps need to be...
He's dead set on this. I could go for some trap setting.
Well, first of all, it's damn difficult to find, which is why we've been knee-deep in the... Good question. Being a phasmid of the order Phantasm, and I suspect it may have also developed... It's my hypothesis that it has evolved certain electrochemical defenses that allow it, but I cannot describe how these defenses work. I'm expecting it to be quite giant. One known species of...
Seems puny, to be honest.
Typical rookie assumption. Insects are even simply catching a glimpse of the Insulindian phasmid. Very little, I'm sorry to say.
No one's ever captured us. Not yet. That's what makes it a cryptid. I know it's real.
It's clear that his obsession with the phasmid is driven by something.
By which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian phasmid is more than... Yes, the most recent sighting was by a couple of... It's the first credible sighting in several decades. Admittedly, I have to resist the thought. Such an extraordinary... Yes, the females don't need males to reproduce. Makes it easier for a species to survive in adverse conditions. Nature does not concern herself with ethical propositions. Well, they may not... Yes. Simple. Attracted by the locusts. At least, that's the intention. Locusts. Nearly all known phasmids.
Inside the traps, a number of locusts crawl. A meat-eating stick insect. Does it pretend to be the reeds as part of its ambush?
Thank you for your opinion. We have also...
Not a big fan of skepticism, this one.
They'll work, I assure you. The predatory hypothesis.
The traps do seem to be deftly and...
Yes. What? I didn't expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer. Yes, indeed. Both require a great deal of There are 4 in total. One is to the south, on this little peninsula. Another we set in Land's End, to the northeast. It's behind a small sand. The third is set near the canal, where you crossed, by a concrete slab. A big thicket of... You should check at least one of those before returning to this. Bring it to me at once. Just make sure the...
He's not comfortable with the possibility that you'll claim the find.
That's highly unlikely, officer. But in the event you do, it's made of musk and research chemicals. The pheromone should attract the insect to you, or at least prevent it from bolting at the sight of you. It's quite potent. Will last you about a week. Thank you for your help. Gary and I will start breaking down camp.
Finally, you're being sensible.
If it's more cryptid-related business you want to discuss. But what if the information is vital? On the hunt. The 15th Indo tribe. Because there was. The 15th Indo tribe was comprised of 8 kids from Forberg and North Jamrock, running from wild... There's a trap in the reeds at your feet. Looks like the same one you saw Morel set before. Behind you, the ruins of a residential building rise over the reeds. Locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but uneasy. a once bright mural towering above you.
And Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. You, officer, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I was just telling my son about this building. Not many people appreciate the historic significance here. Very rich in hypertext. Oh yes, so Mikhail, they had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had, yes, hypertext. Young carp and the collection of cultural hype, very important. Mikhail, say hi to the officer. Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grant. Quite tricky, but he wanted to...
The man speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor, or some...
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the coalition...
This man is your half-brother. You feel it. But why?
I do have some money, yes, but that's not what's really important here.
He's not gonna give you money. What are you doing? Clearly you were just No, I mean, come on. You need the money. If it's not a thing, he can give you some.
Oh no, I don't have it on me, officer. I was talking in more general terms. I'm just spending time with my kid here, showing him around the lesser-known parts of our hometown. It wouldn't be wise to carry...
Not that he would have to worry about being robbed. He looks surprisingly buff. Does he work out?
I do some Lomantang stick fighting now and then. It's an anthropological heritage of the Lomantang people. A martial art of sorts, but what not a lot of books mention is that it, interestingly enough, brings us to the socio-economic structure of the traditional and rural tribes of the Lomantang. But anyway, I'm boring you with details again. You were saying... Lomantang stick fighting is a little like a Pyrrolidon addiction.
Wait, what does this man know about Pyrrolidon addiction?
You got me, detective. But my history should hardly come as a surprise.
Here's a former junkie. I can recognize one when I see it.
Dad's fighting with sticks every night after dinner for 4 hours. He has a special room for that. And
that's right, Mikhail. It also has a meditative quality. Helps to clear my head. But anyway. Aha! But it's not just any empty old building. What not a lot of people know is, this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical. And
Hold on. What's R&D?
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and they started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld still. Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve, or should... It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed an elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution. Which is a feat of engineering, even today's giants, Rehm, ICN and Zam. Indeed. What?
the revolution!
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes. All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for our... Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys. But this story is a bit too dark.
He means that the boys got shot by the communists. The boys were bourgeois.
Officer, I told you this chapter of history wasn't on Mikhail's curriculum yet.
The boy looks first at you, then back at his father, confused.
Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but...
A wheel?
Yes, to lure in their star engineers. This part of Martinez was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. They used them for military communications, but also to write and send out press releases. The most What's the Mars Decree? I mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments. It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to River Shawl on her political... I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. Tried to. Someone was much too interested in worms to be paying any attention. Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But word has it, they were... 10 years ago, I did a little... freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Wompty Dumpty Dum Center in Vredefort, Oranje. It raised the same questions and...
Wait, did he just say Wompty Dumpty Dum Center? He did it. He said Wompty Dumpty Dum Center. Like it's the most... What the hell is a Wompty Dumpty Dum Center? And who the hell are...
The Wompty Dumpty Dum Center for Contemporary Art. The exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's why the head curator, Paul Ock... In fact, I'm not. The Wompty Dumpty Dum Center is a place you can visit if you're ever in Vredefort and are ever in the market, but perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As I was saying, the device itself was very elegant, fragile even. One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then I certainly haven't. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionary setting fire to this precious device. Yes, the official name of the prototype. Some sources report it as the Felt... Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands. Either way, they're all gone now. But of course, what else? No, thanks to you for having me and little Mikhail here to pick your brain.
Pick your brain? If anything, this was rather one-sided. Metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. You hear the tone. The machine is inoperable. Calling. Still calling. This feels wrong. Should you be doing this? End of tone. Someone picks up.
Pierre, is that you, Pierre? So nice of you to find the time to call me. It gets so lonely. Even the animals have died. Are you sure you're Pierre?
Her voice is drowned in white noise. A pane of eternite has been planted into the snow, barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute. The pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk. The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men.
Come on! Get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
It's safe to assume this is their leader, or at least he thinks he is. You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He put...
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
His grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project.
This is my posse, Noid.
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
And Egghead. Egg! Together with a Settle Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we have many in the pipeline, officer.
That means they haven't set up a single one.
You see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Also for talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate.
Place is a shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues. Which brings me to the problem of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've known. I'm talking about a church. And I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a...
Dogheads! Burnouts!
Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martin A.
Strike that! The word!
And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts hold up in there.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
The spooky kind. I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us.
Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit, people just want to spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad sound.
Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for. All right, man.
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is. The boys exchanged giddy looks.
Yes. What? Yeah. Good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scouted the place, I did some reconnaissance. Oh. It's the one they sell at the fuel station.
It's like he's lying to you, my liege. He nods enthusiastically, no doubt a little relieved.
Oh yeah, that's a meteor name for the
If you don't know what the founding party is, there might be a way to mask it with minor demagoguery.
You know, of Meteo, concerning Meteo. Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know. I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful and they have roots in ancient mass society. And they're the custodians of the Pericanassian Church. Plus, they anoint the innocents. Totally.
The Pericanassian Church is about love. And Nordic music is about love. Love is hardcore.
Unity. Unity.
Make some noise for my Insulindian posse.
You feel it, the anodes and the cathodes coursing through you. Your big toe starts tapping along to the base, as if testing the waters.
Yeah! Yakokata!
He seems ecstatic that you share his vision of Perican.
Do it for the masses. Do it for the crew.
I didn't want to say it, but it was pretty lame of you to imply otherwise.
The one with the large head is still looking at you, nodding his head, waiting. Okay, so the speed freaks want to... gist of it is, they want to turn the church into a club. But a suspicious element is plus, and it has to be considered.
Oh, you should have the key. We had to padlock the door to the church to keep more vagrants from one. All right.
It's as if time is frozen somehow. You think you can sense the key moving in the air. Yeah, this is going to blam! Straight in the eye. Straight in the old eye orb. In the looking, a stabbing pain. Tears stream uncontrollably from your right eye.
Man, I'm super sorry. That was totally my bad.
He looks like he's genuinely sorry. He didn't throw them better.
I really am sorry, man. Just take this, okay?
Wow, looks like there's quite a lot there.
I hope that settles it. Or wait. The key?
He is shifting in it.
As always, we'll be right here.
A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or...
Oh, hello there.
She must be Estelle. It's cold out here, but she's not wearing a hat. She must be freezing.
Huh? So should you. Oh, I didn't notice that. Yeah, well... Look, man, fuck the hat.
What did she just say? That's not how a civilian is supposed to address an officer of the law. Lots of feeling. Feel it up. Way up. You're saying it really loud, but it's not coming out right. Maybe add more indignation. More. More.
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
The girl looks down, slowly curling in. That's it. You've earned it. Start crying. Life's hard. The young woman has kept her eyes trained on her wires, waiting for the sorry spectacle. Looking up, she sees a grown man on the wrong side of 40, his face bloated from alcohol, and God knows.
This isn't really about the hat, is it? Okay, sure. You're not the only one with issues. I self-medicate. Shit, crying helps though. Get it out your system, and then maybe we can talk, okay? So, like...
There is a hint of pity in her eyes. Her hair is dyed blonde, with dark roots showing, and she wears thick black eyeliner.
Recording, I guess. I think I'm recording cracks in the ice, but there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think my boyfriend sold them. I don't know, man. Things. Just stuff you need for life.
A lie. They were probably pawned off for something.
The musicians in the Elysium used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tape. Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be like, I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too.
She looks at the recording device. The thing she thought would fill her hours with joy and escape. It's turning out to be an empty fantasy. She feels childish, very useless all of a sudden.
Thanks. Go ahead. Okay.
The shaggy hit.
So you talked to my associates, right? Great. Let us know if there's any progress, will ya? Recording, I guess. I think I'm recording cracks in the eye. The musicians in the palace. Anyway, I don't really know what I'm doing.
She looks at the recording device. The thing she thought would fill her hours with joy and escape.
No, man, fuck that. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck.
She's shivering a bit.
Yeah, the boys think it could be a place, like the Palaceum.
And who are these boys?
Yeah, Andre and the guys.
And why is that?
They got too much stuff crammed in there. No, didn't you see it yourself? It's mostly music stuff, like this tape recorder, but bigger. Yep, they were pretty. I'm sorry we sold those. That stuff is more expensive than I am. More expensive than any of us, really. Go ahead.
The device is still warm from her touch and heavy as a brick from the batteries inside. The company logo, Omicron, adorns its yellow plastic cover. Inside, the tape is rolling. The girl looks at the device in your hand. She looks you in the eye, her pupils wide, surrounded by a ridiculous amount of makeup. The wind howls. She remains silent. It's real. Tell her.
What is? I know. I'll stick to it.
Something changes between you two. She looks at you differently now.
So thanks, I guess, for the psych session. Maybe I can return it. It's supposed to become like a club, except that... Yeah. Go ahead.
A young man with...
Hardcore! It's hardcore! Skibbity, skibber danger.
Your cop training did not prepare you for this. Could there have been a right way out of this garden of forking path?
So you had a talk with... It's good you talked to Andre first. Gave me time to get a reading on your side.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
Nothing jumps out to you. Nothing. How about you get out and breathe?
As always, we'll be right here.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the concrete structure looks military in origin, over half a century old at least. A familiar apparatus lies and the reeds shake sadly in the coastal breeze. The wind picks up here, near the Cape's end. This trap is also full of panicked locusts. More than twice your height stands shut in front of you. The carving on the door is block-like and angular, like the church itself. The surface is smooth from the wind, but feels exceptional. The lock turns easily. You hear a click as a great whoosh of air rushes into the dark in the heart of the city. A machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on another radio computer. Could it be a connection to the one in the booth? This is the Ream Prefect, radio computer model number RC. As you step closer, you notice fluorescent play and print behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments. This is the machine's filament memory. The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through.
Good afternoon. Votre accident.
It's the same old woman you spoke with through the radio computer.
Good, thank you. Please repeat. Is this the personal log? Good. Please repeat the password. I am contractually obliged to protect the privacy. Now, can you proceed? I will register votre accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today? Goodbye.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated. Nothing happens. The silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable. Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would, and then it's gone. Almost all of it. You can hardly hear your own breathing. Your voice is barely audible. Not a howl. You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even more. The orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower. Just darkness without end. It makes your head spin. There's nothing. You're dizzy and disoriented as you filled with vague shapes of woodwork. You see something hanging from the rafters, looking straight at you, with maybe it's possible to talk to it. Is that a man? Looks more like part of the carpentry of the building came alive. The man leaned forward a little, fixing you with a steady...
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry, everything's gonna be alright. You...
Hold on. Stop it right there. Pussy? What's with this?
You really got a case of frayed nerves, pussy. And this usage comes from pusillanimous.
Oops.
Chill out, man. Here you could receive the mother's love. And when you're ready...
He's a born preacher. Enjoy the rhetorical flourishes, but remain vigilant. Don't let him get too close. He's crazy. That's right. You've got to watch your own... Hey, and what was that about the bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already. Shish.
Oh yeah, sure. You don't know anything about alcohol use. You got it all under control, Way. I could smell the control all the way over here. I was like you once, just dragging my feet to the next bottle. Shit was dark, Holmes. The grave's coming for your little identity sooner than you think, Holmes. You sure you're ready? This is the Church of the Mother of Silence.
You have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. 'Tis not an act, my liege. Save him perchance, he hath deceived his very self. This man is a zealot.
The ones in the tent outside, right? I see him. Think they scared of me. Wouldn't bother me none to have them spin music in here. I'm usually way up there, imbibing. Might even be nice to have some company.
He said that in spite of himself. He's more attached to the human than he'd like to think.
Other spooker? Oh.
Viaita is Grandma?
No. I just call her Viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. Or maybe not that young. That's what I said, Holmes. Don't really follow her comings and goings. Just see her typing on her computer now and then. We got different interests. I'm afraid not, Essay. You just have to wait.
Or search through her radio computer.
Too many times, Essay. You need it for something.
Surveys are a good way to fish for personal information, especially in the name of public safety.
Don't sweat it, vato. The password is afterlife death. What do you think of that? Makes me almost... I think we're done here, essay.
In white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism. This is her innocence, Dolores Day. Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. Your knees touch the floor. The floorboards are hard and cold. There you kneel among the snowdrifts. Diffusely, the woman looks down at you kneeling. She towers among her followers, architects, laymen, courtiers. There is a sad smile on her lips, and a glint as that soft word passes through your mind. You rise into the apricot-colored light of the window. The woman keeps smiling her distant smile. It's a mystery. All you know is, this is the young mother. The shards glimmer in the dark. The machine's keyboard is still illuminated. The speaker comes.
Good afternoon. Votre accident. Good. Please repeat the past. Good. I have unlocked the filament. After votre accident, is there anything else I can do for you today? I have 2 machines registered to this company name in Martin.
Saint Broom. That's the church.
Anything else I can help you with? I have 2 machines.
Saint Broom. That's the church. Rue de Saint-Ghislain.
Anything else I can help you with? Good, thank you. Please goodbye.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated, revealing fluorescent play and print buttons. The printer prints out a long text document with dated paragraphs. It looks a bit like someone's. The first entry, made on the 4th of February, arrived at the church. The door was boarded up, so I used the crowbar to get inside. Look, 6th of February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fishermen. Said I shouldn't see. Even one of the spookers themselves said. 7th of February, 51. Finally, got the electricity. 8th of February, 51. Bought the antenna, but at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. I just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to. She must be talking about her former colleagues from Fortress. 12th of February, 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. 25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss. 28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the swallow is real and I'm not just. March 51. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. Fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it. That disco man must be a cell. March 51. I got a call from the repeater station. Someone has tried to access the radio computer. March 51. A new 2-meter aux cable. Noodles. Crack. Your reading is interrupted by the sound of the church door. A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
Yes, you are breaking in, but not into her radio computer. You're a master circuit bender.
You won't find any answers from here. It's just me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks. Now please give me some room.
The mother of humanism stands above.
What is it? Yes. Or no.
She doesn't seem surprised to be recognized. Rather sad.
No, you just printed out my personal log and wasted some paper. I am Soona Luukkanen-Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA. If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how I can help you.
That still doesn't answer what she's doing in an abandoned church.
Nope. Yes. And? No, you're right. I'm not. I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything. I use the AR-1 as my RAIN prefix processing unit. Mm-hmm. Yes? You really don't know anything about radio computers, do you? Then you certainly know that all radio computers perform operations on air. So in order to... On the front! The unified front of radio. It's all around us. That's what on air... I guess it is. So far I've been quite satisfied with it. But it's not the cheapest one on the market. So I wouldn't recommend it for your... Anyway, you should do some research before you decide to buy anything. Ask around, compare the prices.
She liked telling me this. It calmed her nerves.
Great.
Someone has left an unidentifiable article of clothing on this railing. It smells. The cloth, if you can still call it that, makes a soft crunching. It's streaked with dried seagull shit and tangled with pieces of seaweed. A dangling arm. It seems likely that it was left in the surf until someone laid it out. The smell. It's awful and familiar. It doesn't help. You can still smell. Don't you recognize it? That hideous pungency. That faintly cloying. Something cold wakes in the pit of your... It is death. It must be. Yes, a sense of dread washes over you as you look ahead. There's some tear. An empty cigarette package and a crumpled kebab wrapper, 2 empty bottles of Tallulah vodka and a can of black potent. Whoever tossed it here was a heavy smoker. You see traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on it, as well as a tomato. It's no older than a... A man lies on the boardwalk. His limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Half of his body has slipped between the cracked boardwalk, starting with the right leg. Another dead body. This is your job. Calm now. Carefully. Just another day. He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket. You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into 2. His jacket feels the man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against a bad fall. It might have been dark outside. His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water, height, 170 to 175 centimeters. There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are Grabowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape. The blackness of death. Stench. A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. The boards screech under the weight of the T500 ceramic sabatons. It's a good... He could have easily disappeared into the sea through that hole. A .75 liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing. The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind. First, you need to talk with the lieutenant. Then report back.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
And? What happened? Oh man, the crab man you mean? Who is he? What did you think? Really? Huh, interesting. What's he doing in the church? No matter. Is he gonna be a problem? Yeah, Noid is right. Let's get...
These guys will never catch him. You will never catch him. There's nothing to do.
I don't know, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice, friendly hyper time?
I guess it's not a massive problem, now that I think of it.
Everyone is welcome! Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. Okay, but what about the other spooker? The one in Grandma's clothes? Did you see her? A programmer? That's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub? Come on, man. You've got to talk to her for us. Report back to me when you've done so, all right? We're counting on you. Goodbye, officer.
Yes, what is it? What? I hate it. Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to... This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here. Take a guess, why don't you? I can't believe they got you so easily. Go have another talk with those up-and-coming entrepreneurs, will you? Thanks. You really like those questions, don't you? I'm conducting scientific research here. I'm looking for the location of a 2mm hole in the...
Wait, what? She's looking for a disruption in the radio waves. That's what her personal log said.
Exactly. What does it mean? Up to now, what do you think it is? What qualities does nothing have?
That's a little above your pay grade at the moment.
You measure it by its surroundings, by that which does exist. But honestly, it's not progressing very well. Great, thanks.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
He's a quiet man, mostly communicates through music, and by being a master of ceremonies. You know, a host, a declaimer of slogans.
Interesting, sire. A bit like you, then. And
Well, he's just kind of here. I don't really know how to communicate. Yeah, sometimes. When I, stumble and find my way into his sense.
the man smiles mysteriously. I get it. He's a puzzle.
Yes? What's the deal? And? What did she say? Come on, man. Who will you trust? A spooky programmer or...
Feel the love! Get down and feel it!
A half-hearted sell of something which does not seem worth buying.
You'll get there, believe me. When we've got our gear set up. Anyway, now that it's settled, how did she seem? I mean, disposition-wise. About the dance club idea. Yeah, Odin.
What a pity! That's my favourite thing in the world! And she doesn't know.
A shame. What can we do now? Do you see a way out of this jam? And into a laser-lit future of dance?
Unity! Dance!
And you can't just evict her?
Hell yeah!
No, Noid. No hammer. I'm sure there's a workaround. We can, make a deal not to bother her. If that's okay with her, we only want to get in the church and...
The lines in the dark exist!
At least Crabman seems like an advanced being.
Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower. And the programmer, does she like Nordic dance music? Wonderful! If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you, what do you think? Excellent! Good luck, my friend. Goodbye, officer.
Yes, what is it? I don't want to make anything work. Yes, anything.
It's not the anodic dance music that's made her bitter. It's the failure of Fortress Accident.
That's right. If we couldn't get our Welkins to happen, I don't want anything to happen.
There's not a trace of irony in her voice. She means it. Easy. When her research is done, she can move out.
What? No, I don't really need any help with the project.
She thinks about it. A glossy look in...
All right. Bring me the game's offsite copy from my old workspace, if you really want to help. It's stored on a filament memory, and I'm unable to go and fetch it myself. No, that's the production schedule you stole and accessed without authorization. I don't need it. Yeah, that's the one. You can get in through the bookshop. You just have to do some That's her name, I believe? Good. Then you might know the giant ice bear fridge in the building's cellar. The filament is inside the fridge. Just go and get it. In the giant ice bear fridge. I just told you. It has red glowing eyes. Thanks. And here's my Kvalsund multi-tool.
It hurts a bit for her to say this. The legendary Kvalsund multi-tool. This is Prybar version 2.0 for
Yes? Thanks.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning. Oh, that's good to know, I guess. Why is it quite the sign? An eyesore. Aye. Feels deserved, don't you think? Falling in the line of duty like that and all. And why so? Our things are part of our life world. Oh yeah. You won't even be able to get it out of the water before early. Take it from someone who's been through a few funerals.
It's going to be quite a few years before nature is able to completely take care of a motor carriage. You could always come back in a few months and see if you...
I understand, Billy, but daydreaming is a rich man's game. At sea, you can't afford to be careless.
Oh yes, she does. You need to get your drink on. There is no other way for human beings to procreate. Not after 6,000 years.
What? Funny sailor jokes. Sorry if I'm not laughing.
Great. Now you reminded her of the husband. It's okay. She just... This trap's not too hot. The reeds bend forlornly toward the sand. The constant, there's nothing but locusts in this trap as well.